Welcome to Power BI Junkies.
Hey there, Power BI Junkies. Welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to explore the most powerful features in Power Query, dynamic columns. I'm your host, and I'll guide you through this process. Let's dive in. Okay, so we're in Power Query right now, and what I did here is I typed in the Excel.currentWorkbook function. It returns tables named ranges and dynamic arrays. So we're going to invoke that function just so that we have some tables to work with. Now you can find the same thing happening in something like a SharePoint folder where you just have a content column with a list of either tables or files. It's something you can also do if the source just so happens to be a SharePoint folder. Okay, so now let's just expand this. And when we click expand, it's going to append the tables. Append means it's just going to stack the tables right on top of each other. Okay, and then in table.expand table columns. Okay, that was the code that it wrote. And then it's referencing the source step, which is this step right here. And then it's letting us know that it took everything from the content column and then it starts to lay out in a list type of format the column names. But notice that they're hard coded, so they're in quotations. They're not going to be very dynamic. So if you add a column in this source table for whatever reason, it's going to break your query, is what's going to do. So what I want to do is I'm going to right click here and insert step after. And I want to make a list of all of the column names in there. So I'm going to type in the table dot combine. And I want to combine all of this that's in the content column. So I'm going to tell it to combine everything from the source in the content column. And you notice that I put the column in the square brackets. Alright? Once that's in there, we want to say table.column names and wrap it in this function here, table.column names. You notice that our other table.combined was taken out. Just throw it back in real quick. And so now we're missing a parenthesis, so we're going to throw it in. And perfect. We have a list of the column names. Okay, so what do we want to do at this point in time? We want to go to rename this list or this step to column names. Or we can just say COL names. And notice that I'm using camel case. Camel case is simply you use upper letter or capitalized letters to separate the words. Okay. So let's go to the expanded content step, and it broke the query, obviously. But we know that it's looking in the content column. And now, instead of hard coding this list here, we're going to put column names, the column name step there. And then we're going to refer this back to the source step. Perfect. And so now we have it set up so that it's always referencing the column names. It actually skips this step. So it's taking it straight from the source step, but it's also referencing the column name step. Okay. So let's close and load this real quick. And I'm in Excel just to kind of use this as an example. Alright? So let's say we have employee ID, rank, name, and let's say we were to add a column. Let's just say it's gonna be gender. Okay, so now we have that column. Let's just say everyone is female. Okay. Now we go back to Power Query. And we go ahead and launch the Power Query. And I want you to notice something here. That column, gender, is now added to the table without breaking your query. And that's it. That's it for today's video on dynamic columns in Power Query. I hope you found this video tutorial helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Power BI content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Welcome to Power BI Junkies.